Hi, I'm Brandon Vavra, and I work for the Pikes Peak Council Boy Scouts.
Hi, I'm Britt. I use she, her, and hers pronouns, and I work for the Pikes Peak Library District and Young Adult Services. Welcome back to Pop Into a Good Book.
All right, well, today we're going to be making some more popcorn, one of our favorite snacks.
What kind of popcorn are we making?
We are going to make some Parmesan rosemary and olive oil.
Ooh.
So stepping it up a little bit, and we're pretty excited about that. So we've got some just grated Parmesan,
Yeah.
and some fresh rosemary that's all chopped up real nice.
It smells
And
amazing.
We're going to go ahead and get started. Turn the heat on. It's going.
So are the steps like otherwise the same?
Steps are pretty much the same. Today we're using a little olive oil, and as far as the amount of olive oil, use about 2 or 3 tablespoons, enough to cover the bottom of the pan. Really is what we want to do. We're going to get that heated up, and we're going to measure out some popcorn while that's going. What kind of books are we going to pair this with today?
Oh, sure. So I have had this popcorn before, and kind of at the end, the rosemary gives you kind of like an unexpected little kick. So it kind of made me think of like books that have an unexpected twist at the end. So that's kind of what I thought I would pair with this specific popcorn. So I have 2 books. One is for our younger tweenagey readers. It is a graphic novel, aka a comic book, and it comes pretty highly recommended because we have a neighbor who is a tween who read it 4 times.
4 times.
4 times. That is a lot of times to read a book, you guys. So the author is Ostertag, but the book is basically about this boy who is born into a magical family, and in this family, girls are witches and they learn magic, and boys are shapeshifters and they learn to shapeshift. But our main character here doesn't want to learn to shapeshift. They want to learn magic instead. So it's kind of like about that, about the tensions of the family, and it's a little windy here today. Yeah, so that's the book. It's I really enjoyed it. After my neighbor said she read it 4 times, I was like, well, obviously I need to read it, and you should too. But I really loved it, and then there is something at the end that I found super surprising. So, it's called The Witch Boy, and like I said, it's by Molly Knox Ostertag. And then the other book, and this is definitely for older readers, so teens and even adults. So it's called The Cruel Prince. This is not what the real cover looks like. This is a special edition. I know, I'm a nerd. But basically what it's about is this little girl and her twin sister and her other sister who are dragged off to Fairy, which is the land of fairies, and they're raised there, and then it kind of gets into a lot of like what I call court intrigue, where there's like a lot of scheming and backstabbing, and everyone wants power, and only one person can really have the power. And there's this one twist at the end where I was like, what? So it's really good. The first 2/3, I'm not gonna lie, is like a little slow, but the last third is like bam, 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 and it's a trilogy, and all 3 books are out, and the second, popping is happening, and the second book and the 3rd book are both pretty fast-paced as well. So if you like political intrigue or court intrigue or scheming or backstabbing or just actual stabbing, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black will get you there.
All right, perfect timing. So I just popped in about 1/3 of a cup of popcorn. We use 1/3 of a cup because that's great for 2 people. If you're feeding a family of 4 with your popcorn snack, maybe you want 1/2 a cup or 3/4 of a cup, but 1/3 works for us. So now we're just gonna heat that up a little bit. All right, and now it's finished popping. Most of it's kind of stopped. It's come to us. Oh, got a couple more. Bottom of the pan is still hot, so a couple more. So pop, shake it around, and we're gonna open it up. Again, open it away from yourself. It's a little steamy.
Safety first.
Always safe. And we're gonna pour it in here. So So next, with this one, we're gonna drizzle over a little bit of olive oil. And so we're using our little drizzler thing here. And then we're gonna add the Parmesan. I'm gonna have you add the Parmesan. Just a little bit at a time, about a third of it, and then we'll shake it, and then another third. So I'm gonna do just a little drizzle. You add that, just shake it around. And the oil kind of helps that Parmesan stick to the butter. We'll get into how we're buttering up some popcorn another time. And that's plenty of olive oil for us. All right, so all that Parmesan is on there. And next, we have the rosemary. Similar with that, we're just gonna shake it on, shake it around. And that looks great. We have a little popcorn salt too. We'll eat that if we want it. So, you try some?
Yeah. Surprise.
It's got a great pop at the end.
It does. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. We'll see you next time.